Hey everyone, welcome back to the Real Estate Rundown here with Marcy, where we meet with top professionals in our real estate industry, and we got a show prepared for you today. Stay tuned. Welcome back everyone to the Real Estate Rundown here with Marcy, where we meet with top professionals in our industry. Today I have another special guest that I want you to get to know. Elena.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very great, yes.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to share your story and your new things you got going on with you. And so tell them a little bit about who you are.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
And for invitation. Thank you, Nona. I'm a Realtor with Fortune and Christie's. And I've been doing this since COVID, not so long, here in Florida, basically more than 4 years. I was in real estate all my life, since I was a very young girl, and that was mostly as an investor, which is why I have few properties abroad in England and in Moscow, but here I'm doing it for others.
That's amazing. I love it. You know, it takes a certain niche, you know, to get into the market. And that's what I really want to share with you. Like, tell the audience what type of buyers and sellers you're looking for and how you can help them in that area.
Well, it's just usually they're looking for me, buyers and sellers. And then it's a whole process because, as I always said, it's not a transaction to me, because for the buyers, you need to get to know them.
Yes.
You need to get to know what their preferences, their style, before you start offering, because otherwise it's not going to work. It's going to be a waste of time and you're going to lose the client. And for the sellers, it's a different way. So basically, it's just, again, they approach me and we're dealing with what we have. And that one is more negotiation.
Yes. You know, you're like me. We build our business based on referrals and relationships.
Yes.
You know, so your clientele and the people you serve, it's really by word of mouth and knowing who you are and the service you provide for your clients. I mean, you're an investor yourself. You mentioned you were doing your own properties and then you decided to get licensed and help people find and navigate their areas for them, right?
Yes.
So that's wonderful for the audience to know, because it's about building these relationships that you offer to clients in a network that you give them, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So I want to share with the audience, you just had a major sale, right?
Yes, I did.
$16 million sale, right? Which is fantastic. You're literally
Amazing.
a top producer based in your area. Yes. So tell them a little bit about the sale.
It came as a miracle.
Yes.
As always.
Doesn't
Thank
everything?
God. Yes. Yeah. Unexpected. I just landed actually, in fact, from London a couple days before. And then I landed these amazing clients. To tell you it was easy? No. It's always challenging. And believe it or not, the sale starts at the contract we went to. It was the beginning of January, and we're finally going vocal about that. So we're all closed. It's been executed and all fine. So it's been 2 units.
Wow.
We've been in and out of contract because of a certain reason. We signed, then it was feng shui invested.
Yes.
So, and then we had to go for another unit, but the team was just amazing. So we found a solution.
Yeah, you know, sometimes people, especially from out of state, they think that, you know, a realtor finds the house and it's just, that's it, you know, but there's so many moving parts to a real estate transaction. How important it is to work with a title company, a reputable title company, and your partnerships and what you do in your business.
Very important. Very important, because like for my clients this time, it was not so major. But my client prior, and I had a client from Canada. Wow. So it was her first buy. She was very nervous. We struggled with the whole process, with everything. And it was just for her, every time I would say, don't worry, girl, we're going to get it done. We cried with everything, but title company and the whole team, it's a major. It's just, it keeps you going and make the deal done.
Yes, it's the backbone of a transaction, I always say. While we're here, you know, everyone in their journey in real estate always has that story. Whether it's, you know, something that was challenging or something that gets you so far. What made you get into real estate?
It's a passion.
Yeah.
I always saw, since I was a young girl and in Russia, I was born in Moscow, it was, we were closed country, no one did anything. Me and my girlfriend, we started just doing something what never done before. and we've been successful. And since then, I saw real estate as a perfect investment. There is nothing better for me personally than this. And I have tons of stories to say. One thing I would tell you, if people think it's all this glamorous and all easy going, no, not at all. You just need to, like, for me personally, people know me and my clients know I'm gonna get it done, no matter what. I don't take no as an answer. I just gonna get it done.
Yeah, speaking of glamour and everything, they think that it's like those reality real estate shows where everyone's out there, making it happen in a different way. But here it's more of, it's negotiations. It's caring about the client. It's making sure you have the right vendors and resources and relationships in place, especially when you deal with the high net worth clientele, right?
Absolutely.
People that are extremely educated and savvy in what they do, and they need an expert here locally that can help them, guide them into that, that Miami home that everybody looks for, right?
Plus, though all these people, trust me, the more money, the more knowledgeable they are.
Yeah.
They made that money not for no reason. So they already, when they come to you, if you don't catch their attention with the knowledge and that you're professional and you know what you're talking about, they're not going to hire you. You're not going to be the realtor at all. Or you're not going to be the title company, because most of the time, these people already have 80% of what we know.
Yeah.
They just want to be in the good hands, being handled well. It's moods, it's everything. It's just the whole process. You need to support. It's psychological thing, this and that. It's a lot. So to have a good team and professional who knows and not going to give up no matter what, I think this is the key.
It's so important. Talk about, well, you said you're from Moscow originally, so you speak Russian. It's very important to tell our audience, because we sometimes have a lot of Russian buyers or sellers that, speak English. I deal with other languages. I also speak other languages that we speak English, but it's nice to talk to your native language, especially when you're talking about money.
Yes.
And contracts.
Everything.
Right.
Everything. Like, I've learned so much. I moved from Boca, year and a half, and people who know me, I used to do a lot of work in Sunny House just for the reason I was driving every day from Boca to Sunny House, and people used to say, like, girl, you need to live here, like, you need to move here. And I used to say, you can't pay me enough to live in Sunny House. Now look where I am. And to be honest, all this area, I was disconnected from Russian culture, big time, because I left Russia a long time ago. I lived mostly in Europe and Middle East. So when I moved here, I was British. So for me, it's very disconnected. But when I moved to Sunny House, it took me a while. But now with this, especially last transaction, I realized how much Russian people attach to Russian speaking.
Yeah.
They're not going to go for Spanish there, because it's just a little bits and pieces. It's the whole process. They need some paperwork. They need you to run to the bank or anything. It's just small things. And once they don't understand, you're not going to get the deal done.
Yeah.
You need to speak their language. And I'm there.
Yeah, and you just showed a necessity of what you just said. You were in Boca and you were traveling so much because that language was so needed, because we have a big Russian influence and community there. And it's so amazing that you were able to provide this. Because it's one thing speaking it, but then also having the knowledge and experience and knowing how to handle the client, right? So having that, there's not a lot of people that can handle the clientele, right?
The same as like with the same culture, like Spanish speaking, Latin culture. Would they go for a Russian realtor? Unlikely. So it's kind of the same. You need to figure out, you need to have a patience, because you understand where they're coming from. That's the most important. So I think I have that. I still know how to do it, and that's why it's just Russians now is my niche. And Sunny House.
That's amazing. That's a great niche to have.
Yes.
It's a huge community over there.
I'm running the beach.
I know, and I love it. And it's a huge community. So it's amazing that you get to be there for them,
Exactly. Yes.
And doing what you love.
Yes, this is my passion.
Yeah.
God knows I've done so much in my life, different businesses. I'm a lawyer by education. I've graduated from 2 universities, but God gave me this passion and I just love it.
Well, thank you for being here. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
So how can people reach out to you and find you?
Well, you can call me 24/7, preferably not, but it's 561-563-3012.
Great. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.